I want to ask you a different question. Let's tangent. I know I said like for 7 years you've kind of been the same person, but I'm subscribing to mentors, one of which is Tim Ferriss, and he has this book called Tools of Titans, and in that book he has questions, and so I grabbed some of his questions. One of his questions was specifically for a person who doesn't change much, what new belief, behavior, or habit have you adopted as a business owner that has most significantly improved or empowered you in your life in the last 5 years?
Giving myself permission to do what I really love to do every day and not get distracted by the expectations that people with other values keep imposing.
Like in your life? Like
it could be anywhere.
Okay.
It could be customers, it could be employees, it could be staff, family members. You said it earlier, nobody's going to get up in the morning and dedicate their life to you. And I think there's truth in that. And I have my own dreams. And it's very easy to fit in and not stand out and allow the world on the outside to influence and distract what's really true from the inside. And I love what I do. And so I love doing that. So I structured my life to do that. A lot of people have, well, you should do this, you ought to do that, you're supposed to do this, why not do this? If I was really inspired to do it, I would do it. But I'm not inspired to do those things. I'm inspired to do what I do. Some of those are things that are long-term visions, that are life visions that I've had. And that consistency of doing that, some people that have similar values to me will be seen as dedication and commitment and determination. Somebody who has dissimilar values will see that as pig-headed, rigid, and stuck. I don't pay attention to either one of those opinions. The supporters or challengers, I don't really pay much attention to. I pay attention to what's inspiring to me and what's priority and what I believe will serve the people. Because sometimes people ask me for things and they don't even know their own values. And I look at what their life demonstrates, and I'm interested in helping them fulfill what's inspiring to them, not even what they think is important to them. What's really inspiring, what their life demonstrates. And I'm committed to that. And so the thing is having the courage to be yourself. You can jump off a bungee jump, you can walk on fire, you can do all kind of antics, but being yourself is the most powerful accomplishment I think that we all have. And so I'd rather just be what's true for me and be remembered for that. And so it may look like it's the same thing, but it is the most important thing. So why would I change it?
So have you been like tricked? So in the last 5 years, you've relearned this, I'm guessing.
No, it's just that I've seen the impact on people's lives that flitter and wander and start and never build momentum and never become a master of anything. And I find that they're looking for a quick get-rich scheme or they're looking for a quick fix. And I see those as all symptoms of the amygdala function in the brain. And I see that I'd rather build momentum. And so what I learn is by observing people that are not inspired by what they're doing, I learn from that how important it is to just stay focused on what's really. In the 1980s, when I was lecturing around the United States predominantly, I asked audiences to, on a piece of paper, write down the number one question that they have. And I was surprised at what got sent into the aisle and down the center and handed to me. And it was, how do I stay focused? And I couldn't understand why people have so much difficulty staying focused. But I realized how values were, and I realized that people were comparing themselves to other people, putting people on pedestals, comparing themselves and minimizing themselves, thinking they should be more like the other person, injecting those values, thinking that's going to make them more fulfilled, and then get, in a sense, scattered by all the people in the various areas of life that they were subordinating to, and distracting themselves from what's really important to them. So I tell people, instead of comparing yourself to other people and living in shadows, it's wiser to compare your daily actions to your own dreams and do things that are really meaningful to you. And some people will say, well, that's narcissistic. No, not in my observation, because when you're living by what's valuable to you, you have a tendency to want to pursue challenges that inspire you. And those challenges are meeting the needs of other people. And so this is the area when you're doing what you love most, is when you end up getting to serve the most people in the world. So I'm very much interested in finding a balance between the altruistic and narcissistic side. And when we live by our highest value, that's when that's met. We are actually committed to making a difference and serving people, but doing it in a way that inspires us, so we can't wait to get up and serve. And in my case, it just happens to be researching and teaching. I love teaching more than anything.